Is this thing on? Hi, what's going on? What's up, everyone? This is Charles Austin, the chronic disease killer. And it's a wonderful Thursday, another wonderful, thriving Thursday, albeit a late, thriving Thursday. Normally, you can catch me here Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time, but I'm starting about 8 p.m. Central Time, which is about 60 minutes behind. But hey, dropping knowledge bombs nonetheless. All right, so again, Charles Austin here. Another wonderful, thriving Thursday. I am the chronic disease killer, and today we're going to be talking about foods that are healthy for the brain and why you don't necessarily need fatty fish. All right, but as always, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. All right, turn your notifications on so that you're always up to date with the latest content that is here on the channel. When you see this video, like this video, share this video out to everybody. All your friends and family in the world, share this video out. If you have a question about something that's in the video, drop a comment. If you have a comment, if you want to tell me how wonderful I am, if you want to tell me how terrible I am, if you want to tell me you agree with me, if you want to tell me that you disagree with me, any of those things, drop a comment and I will do my best to get back with you ASAP. So since we are a little bit late, I'm going to jump right to it and we're going to dive right into this topic. As you can see the image, I try to do my best to pull up some imagery to address the topic that we're focused on. And I'm probably going to move a little bit quickly, like I said, a little bit quicker, like I said, because we are super behind and I have to move on with some other things I have to take care of in my evening, which is why I'm late already as it is. So most of the time, all right, most of the time, whenever the conversation takes place regarding the brain and some of the things that we should eat for our brain, most of the time, and I wonder if no, I won't, not today, maybe another time. I've had these conversations with people in person and on social media before, and there's a stance that if you want your brain to be healthy, you must eat animal protein. You must do it. You must do it. And normally, sometimes people argue that it's the egg yolks that are good for your brain, and then also that's not as familiar, but most of the time it's the fatty fish, right? It's the fatty fish. And while I'm not here to tell you that fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, tuna, things like that, I'm not here to tell you that those things do not provide certain things that the brain likes. I'm just here to tell you that you don't need to eat those things, and there are some other options available to you. All right, in the form of these wonderful plants that we're going to talk about here. So again, as you can see the image right in front of you, so many different things to choose from here. But let's start here. I'm going to keep it pretty simple, like I said, right? So what I like to do, if you're new to the channel, what I like to do is I like to back up anything that I say with scientific information that can be found by anybody with a cell phone, computer, etc., right? So as it says here, to boost brain power, focus on incorporating nutrient-rich foods like fatty fish, literally the first thing they mention, leafy greens, berries, and nuts, right? And without reading further, what you're going to find, it has it kind of down here a little bit. But what I was getting ready to say is what you're going to find, the primary reason why fatty fish is associated with being good for the brain is because of its DHA content, all right? And DHA, where is it at? I had it up here on a different one. Stands for, where is it at? Not interested. Stands for, here it is. I can't really say it, but I'm going to try. Docosahexaenic acid. There you go. If it's wrong, I don't care. The point is, it's DHA. Okay? So lots of times they're going to focus on DHA, which are specific types of omega fats that are crucial for brain health. And if you don't know, your brain is I forget the percentage, but there's a huge percentage of your brain that is made out of fat. Okay? So one of the things that these fatty fish provide is that DHA. So as it says, which are crucial for brain health and can improve memory and focus. Now, after we get past the fatty fish, right, and we're going to handle that in just a second, what you will notice is that the remainder of the items are always the same. Leafy greens, berries, nuts and seeds, whole grains, avocados. Here we go. Like I said, this one may pop up sometimes, and it's because of this thing called choline. But again, anyway, again, uh, eggs come with other issues, but we're not here to talk about eggs. Turmeric, coffee, dark chocolate, etc. All things that are plants, right? So let's get to why, again, why is fatty fish listed as a brain food? Okay. So fatty fish is considered a brain food primarily due to its high content of omega-3 fatty acids. All right, particularly DHA, which are crucial for brain health and function. Okay. So the things that this DHA, these omega fats help is they improve memory, they reduce risk of cognitive decline, they potentially lower the risk of Alzheimer's disease. All good things. Okay. So as we go down here, DHA is a major component of brain cells and membranes that are vital for maintaining the integrity of the function of these membranes. Diets rich in omega-3s can improve memory, reduce cognitive decline, and potentially lower the risk of dementia, Alzheimer's disease, etc., etc., etc. All right. DHA is particularly important for brain development in infants, with studies showing that mothers who consume more fish during pregnancy may have children with improved cognitive abilities. Now, just from a sidebar, personal story on this one right here. My wife carried my son and did not eat any animals. Did not eat any fatty fish, and needless to say, my son is a sharp tack. So these are the things that improve cognitive abilities. One of the things that my son's teachers always say is that he's so advanced for his age. I hear this all the time. All right, now you can't confirm any of this stuff, obviously. I could be making this up, but it is what it is. But I'm not here to talk about personal stories. All right, I just want to bring that up. So the other things they do is they help reduce inflammation, et cetera, et cetera. So that's for the reason why there's a huge push about the fatty fish and why you need to have the fatty fish in the diet for them to be good for your brain, right? Now, as again, we say, what are the sources of DHA? Okay, so again, we're talking about this docosahexaenic acid. All right, and again, sources of DHA: salmon, tuna, mackerel, herring, again, these fatty fish, right? But as we continue to go here, plant options like algae, chia seeds, walnuts also contain omega-3 acids, including ALA, which the body converts to DHA. Now here's the kicker. The most interesting kicker here is that the biggest push is that you gotta eat. You have to eat animals you have to eat these fatty fish. That's the best for the brain. That's what you gotta do. Okay? That's what you have to do. But we do have plant options available. And here's the thing. Where does DHA begin? Okay? Well, DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid, is primarily synthesized by algae. Algae. That means that DHA comes from plants. Okay? As it says, making them, they're talking about, when they say them, they're talking about the foundational source of DHA. Now, as it says here, while fish and other seafood are often cited as sources, this is the kicker. This is the kicker. While fish and other sources of seafood are often cited as sources, they accumulate DHA through the food chain. What that means is they're accumulating their DHA from eating plants. So, as the food chain goes, the foundation of all energy first starts with the sun. Okay? And I'm going to show you what I mean real quick. All right, let's see. I'm going to show you what I mean real quick. All right. Image of food chain something. Let's see what that pulls up. There we go. Let's use this one. Yeah, let's use this one. I think this is a good one. This one might be a good one. There we go. I think we should use this image if it'll come up. And my computer's acting stupid today. It's time to upgrade. Oh, I don't want a video. I clicked on something. I think it's going to give me a video that I don't want. So I'm going to back out of this one. I'm going to try another one. Just give me a second. And I don't want you to lose the point that we're on. Just trying to show. There we go. Sorry, y'all. That took a little bit too long. Look at this picture, though. It's kind of funny. But again, we were talking about where does DHA begin? And again, fish and other seafood are always cited as the source. They always say it's the source. It's the fish. It's the fish. It's the fish. And that doesn't mean, I never got on here in the very beginning. I said that it's not the fish. It's not that fish can't provide it. Okay. It's simply that fish are not the primary sources. Okay. They're just not. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that I showed you, excuse me, sprung into a message. Y'all know me if you ever watch my videos. Oh man, discard. Anyway, I won't even do that. Do it later because I want to finish. So again, fish and seafood are often cited as the sources, but they accumulate DHA through the food chain. All right, and by eating algae. So I wanted to bring up the food chain just so you could see that the first thing is all energy starts with the sun. And one of the things that I commonly say to people is, in order to get the most energy and nutrients from your food, you need to eat the sun. People always say, well, what about eat the sun? I can't eat the sun. Well, obviously I don't mean that literally. But the closest thing to eating the sun is eating plants. And you can clearly see this from the image. So we know that we learned in elementary school, most of us learned about photosynthesis. And we do know that photosynthesis is the way that plants, whether it's an apple, a banana, an almond, or grass, or a poisonous mushroom, whatever it may be, well, maybe that's not the best example, but y'all get the point. Anything that grows from the, pretty much from the ground, they're going to need the sun. We know photosynthesis is the way they create their own energy. So now they're getting their energy directly from the sun. So the person who eats the plant, and I'm not, for all those who are going to say, he's saying eat grass. That's not what I'm saying. This is just a picture. So if you eat the grass, if you eat the plant, you're going to be closer to getting the energy from the sun. So again, the point is, what happens with where does DHA come from? Because we're talking about the best things to eat for your brain. What happens is the fish eats the plants, and then you go eat the fish. So I always say, why not cut out the middleman, right? So in this example, the frog is getting its energy from this plant by eating the grasshopper, and so on and so forth. And what you should also know is that the further you go down the food chain, the less energy and nutrients you're getting. Because what you have to think about is, let's say, I need to see a food chain with humans. That's what I need to say. Food chain with humans. So I can show you how this works. Oh, is there any way we can get an image that I'm looking for so I can show y'all? Yeah, maybe this is it. We'll see if this one works. I'm not sure. Let's see if this one is showing. I mean, it's not the best picture, but let's just run with it so we can roll. So if you eat tuna, for example, tuna fish sandwich, grilled tuna, whatever it is, or if you eat chicken or whatever, this is a great image. In order for you to get your omega fats, you're consuming a digested fish, and you're also consuming digested algae. So in this example, this fish has eaten the algae, this fish has eaten the fish that ate the algae, and now you're eating this fish. That makes you a tertiary consumer, which means the energy keeps going, getting the nutrients and the energy keep getting less and less and less. Okay, less and less and less as you get up the food chain. So as you can see here, if you eat, even here, the chicken eats the grain, then you eat the chicken, you're a secondary consumer. Why not just eat the grain? The chicken got all of its nutrients from the grain. Why not just eat the grain? You could just go right here and eat the producer of energy, which is the closest way you're going to get natural nutrients. So that's the same way that DHA works in eating fatty fish, right? So plant foods for the brain. Now that we understand that you don't require the fatty fish, right? Well, let's talk about where do we go? Plant sources of DHA. Okay. All right. So some good ones are algae and seaweed, right? So if you really want to get a direct source of DHA, you can literally get algae. You can eat seaweed. Simple. I eat seaweed all the time, primarily for iodine, right? But anywho, and if you're not eating that, which I would say you should, there's other things you can eat. One of the things that I make my children do is I make them eat walnuts every single day. Sometimes they hate it. One of my daughters used to say, "Oh, it tastes like soap." And I said, "I don't care. Your brain needs it." And the other thing is we combine it with other things, all right? So as it says here, ALA is converted to DHA. So I have solved the issue with needing an animal to provide you with DHA. Okay? So again, if you want some algae, you can get algae oil. Okay? You can get some seaweed. Or you can eat a bunch of chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. It's not that difficult. All right, we're going to end it right there. So again, as always, where did we go? Where did it go? Let's see if I can pull it up. Yay, there I am. All right, so again, my link tree is available. It literally links you right to my YouTube channel where for free health tips, literally the ones that we just gave here. I'll be adding my other books here shortly, other book. Because I think, shortly. So it'll say get my books. But again, you can get this one right now, the toilet book, What Goes in Matter. Again, if you enjoy the content found on the channel, please show the appreciation because it allows me to keep making this wonderfully great content. As always, again, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button, right? After you go through clicking my link tree, it's going to pull you up to this page right. I told you my computer is being slow today. Right here, and you can literally, if it's me, my channel, so I can't see the subscribe button, but you know where it is. It's somewhere here. Subscribe to the channel, share the videos out. This is where all the wonderfully great content can be found here for free. All right, so like the channel, share the videos out, turn notifications on, all that good stuff. Make sure that you are following me here on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and as well on X. You can find all of my handles right there on my link tree, which is Fitness Charles. There I provide other types of content as well. All right. So as always, we're going to wrap today. I'll catch you next week on time, hopefully. Fingers crossed. As always, be happy, be healthy. Please be fit forever. And make sure you keep killing that chronic disease. I'll catch y'all next time. See ya.